clutch out too fast, I'll check my mirror and be positioned. I'm going to show you how to drive so that you can pass your test first time. Let's go. So as you can see right now, I'm really close to this car. On your test, don't start like this. Go somewhere where you can actually have space to move off. So when you start off in the test center, you decide where to start. Don't park somewhere where it's going to be difficult to come out. But if you do find yourself in a place like this for whatever reason, you want to reverse first. So get into reverse, do your checks before you move anywhere. Off the brake, because right now it's downhill, so I don't need to bring my clutch up, because if I do, you see, it's gonna make the car struggle and it's gonna go too fast when I come off the brake. So instead of doing it like that, come off the brake with my clutch down and then the car rolls forward. You want to give yourself lots of space. Let's say I haven't got any more space to go back. The last thing you want to do here is bring your clutch out too fast, because you're going to end up being really close to this car and maybe crashing into it. Instead, just get the clutch to the biting point, because remember we are on a hill, and then turn your steering wheel loads once you start moving, checking everywhere the whole time. Stretch your neck, check that side, check in this side, and then once you get into the road and on your side, bring the clutch up a bit more and then add more gas into second gear, and that's how you move off from that kind of situation. So we're going to be turning left at the end of this road. Don't signal too early. Once you hear the instruction to turn somewhere, a lot of people will signal straight away. Choose where to signal. So I'm going to choose about 3 houses away from where I'm turning. Mirror, mirror, and then I'll do my signal. And you notice there's a big junction here. I don't want to be positioned here. Instead, I'll check my mirror and be positioned on the left like this, and going to first on the approach. This way, I'm ready to go. So a lot of people leave it in second gear and then stop and then go into one. That takes too much time. Right now, I'm in first gear, ready to go. There is a van coming from the side here. I'm going to give him some space. If you're unsure whether to go or not, don't go. That's the easiest way to deal with this kind of situations. People are asking all the time, when should I go? How do I know if I should go or not? And the answer is, if you're not sure, don't do it. Just keep where you are until you have a nice, comfortable and safe gap. Okay, so here everyone's stopping. So I can go into first again. And because of this van, I can't see what's happening ahead of us. The traffic ahead could be moving, it could be stopped, but I'm not too sure because the van's blocking my view. So I'm just going to stay ready in gear so that when they do move, I can then follow them easily. So like now he's moving, I'm going to follow him. So some people here, they'll try to follow him really closely and add lots of gas, but it doesn't make sense to do that because I can't see what's happening ahead of him. He might stop at any second because of traffic. So here I'm just going to go slowly, keeping my distance from him as well, so that whatever he does, like now, I can have time to react, clutch down, brake gently, making sure I can still see his tires touching the ground. And I think there's a red light up there. So in this case, you can go into neutral and put your handbrake on. You don't have to do that like this, but if you want to and you're comfortable with moving off again quickly, then do it this way because it's going to be easier for your feet. And then once they start moving, I'm going to think about getting ready. So get into gear, handbrake down, check my mirrors. You don't have to do a full 360 check. Just check your mirrors to see who's next to you. So you see this way this guy's position. It's positioned all the way towards the right. And before you even put a signal on, I move myself towards the left, because when people do that, it usually means they're going to be turning right. So now I can go past the line. I was making sure that I've got space beyond this box junction as well, because you don't want to be stopping in there and getting stuck in there. Otherwise that will be a fail straight away, and also you might end up getting an £80 fine. Okay, so braking gently here, and then once I get to like around here, I'll put my clutch down. Before the RPMs go too low, I'll put my clutch down. So this time it's going to be a bit easier because I can see the light, and I'm also like 2 cars away from the light as well. So when the light changes, I can start getting ready, and then I can move when these guys move. So now the light is changing into first, handbrake down, bring my clutch up to the biting point. The guy in front of this van is turning, so I'm just going to take my time to give him space, because if this van didn't have space to go around, I would have to wait behind the line because I don't want to be blocking up the junction. So don't be too quick to follow the car in front of you, because you might end up being stuck somewhere where you don't want to be. So now I'm in second. Still got a nice gap between me and this car in front. There is a guy in the road, so I'm just going to reduce my speed a bit, but now he's out of the way. Yeah, I'm scanning all the time. I'm scanning here and here and here to make sure that I'm not too close to the vehicles on the left or the vehicles on the right. Zebra crossing, but it's nice and clear. So So the temptation here is to try to speed up and catch up with that guy, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to drive my own pace. As long as I'm not going too slow, I'm not going to try to keep up with this person. And I'm also keeping an eye on the speed as well, because right here it's 20 miles per hour. So I'm just going to brake gently here. This is a bit downhill as well. Checking both sides of this so I'm not too close to the left or the right, and then once I'm through, I can add a bit more gas. Braking really gently for this speed bump. It's not a hard speed bump, so I don't need to brake too hard. Checking my mirror. So I want to move a bit towards the right, braking for the speed bump again. Got a car on the left there, but they're coming out. The car on the other car, the white one, has to wait for us. So in a situation like that, lots of learners, especially the inexperienced one, they will get scared of the second car because the first car came out. They'll get scared of the second car and try to wait for them to move first. Don't be scared of them. Once the first car's gone, the other car has to wait for you. But you need to be confident with the way you're driving, because if you start slowing down too much, that's going to give the wrong impression. It's going to make them think that you're letting them come through. Okay, so at this roundabout, I'm going to be turning right. So mirror, signal right. Braking gently. I'm going to keep it in second because I can see that the right is clear. So I'll go around the roundabout. I'm not going to go all the way around. I can cut a bit across. It's okay to do that because it's nice and flat. I don't need to swing the car all the way around the roundabout. So I'm going to pull over on the left in a safe place. So mirror, signal left. So the examiner will say pull over on the left in a safe place. And I'm going to stop here by this driveway here, which would be the wrong thing to do. But if you find yourself in this situation, don't panic. Just let the examiner know, oh, sorry, let me just move a bit forward, and then do your checks. And then keep your signal on so people know why you're moving forward. And then you can go into the proper place, like a parking place or a place where there's no drop curb. If it's a raised curb with no road markings, you can stop there as well. So the examiner will say then drive on when you're ready. So do my checks, mirror, shoulder check. Don't forget the shoulder check. It's very, very important. And then now add a bit of gas. There are cars coming from the right hand side, but this is not a roundabout, so they'll have to wait for me. But you need to be confident with this so that you don't get confused or scared. So a very small gap coming up now, so I'm going to slow down loads. And I can see there's a bit of traffic ahead of me as well, so I'll go into first on the approach. And I can see the traffic ahead is moving. So there's no need for me to go into neutral right now because this van I'm hoping will move very soon, just like they do. So it's all about being prepared and thinking about what the other drivers are going to do. And you notice that I took my time to come off the clutch, because if I came off too fast, the car would have gone really fast. Here, I'm gonna just secure the car for a second. If you're inexperienced, keep your car in gear. If you're more experienced and you're comfortable to go into neutral and then get ready again quickly, then you can do this. So now they're moving. Again, I'm not in a rush. Here, lots of learners think, oh, this guy's moving, so let me catch them up. Don't do it like that, because they're still moving slowly. They still have to deal with the junction as well. Let's turn left here. So don't try to catch them up really fast, because you're going to end up making a mistake. So here, just waiting for a nice gap. We've got cars or vehicles coming from the right hand side, quite a few of them. I'm going to look at their lights as well, because sometimes here people will flash you or they'll tell you to go with their hands. But I've got my car ready in gear. I'm not going to be neutral here. I want to be ready to go. And after that blue car, it looks like it's going to be clear. So once he's gone past, I'll bring my clutch up just to the biting point, bring it up smoothly, and I see everyone braking as well. So I'll start braking gently, clutch down, assessing the traffic ahead, because whatever's happening ahead of me is going to affect me. I will decide whether to go into a higher gear, whether to keep in slow gear, or whether to keep it in first gear, or whether to go faster. Too many people, they'll only pay attention to the car in front, and then that way they end up driving really jerkily because they haven't thought about what's happening ahead of them further down. So this bus has got its hazard lights on, so I'm not really too concerned about him, but I will be thinking about any pedestrians that might walk past them. But so far no one is there. Just keeping it slow, checking my mirrors every now and again as well. There is a motorbike on my left. This car on my left has to wait for us. You want to tell yourself this as well. Tell yourself out loud, that I have priority in those situations. I've noticed that with a lot of my learners that struggle with that kind of thing, it really helps them when they say out loud that I have priority. So this is a 30 road, but you notice I haven't even touched 20, I don't think, because there's too much traffic ahead of me, so it doesn't make sense to try to go really fast right now. I'm going to be turning right at the traffic lights, braking nice and early. Because I'm in second, I'll clutch around here. So you notice when the RPMs get to like 1,000, that is the time to be going into, or to be pressing your clutch down. I'll secure the car now. Got a nice gap between me and the car in front. And I'm already thinking about what's in that turn. Is there lots of traffic? Is there traffic building up to the line? Because if there is, then I need to make sure that I don't go past the stop line and wait behind. People have moved forward a bit, so I can do that as well. If they've moved forward quite a bit, you want to move with them, but if you just move forward a tiny bit, then just stay where you are. Okay, so now the lights are changing. Hopefully people will move, but I can see lots of traffic ahead, which might mean that people in this lane might not move forward because there's too much traffic. Okay, so let me signal around here so everyone knows what I'm doing. It's getting a bit congested up there, but now it's clearing up. Let this guy move out the way, and then I'll position myself just behind this car here. I'll go forward. So now those guys have definitely stopped. I can make my turn. Don't be tempted to just follow these guys into the turn. You need to make sure that those people that are coming down the road have fully stopped, or that they are stopping before you make your turn. So this guy's braking and turning, so I'm just going to give him space, especially if there's pedestrians near the turn as well. Just give him space to make the turn. And then once he's gone, I'll carry on. So the mistake lots of learners make in this kind of situation is they'll see the traffic light is red, they'll see the traffic is all stopping, but then they'll brake really late, like around here. Okay? It's too late to stop now. I should have been braking for much earlier so that it's a nice, smooth stop. So because this is on a hill, if I don't do it properly, my car will roll back like that, you see? So I need to make sure I get my biting point first, before even these guys start moving, and then go to the gas and hold the clutch at the biting point, and then bring it up smoothly, adding more and more gas because it's a bit of a steep hill, and then change into second once I've got a bit more speed. You don't want to change into second too early on a steep hill like that. The speed limit is still 30 miles per hour, so I'm just going to keep it around this sort of speed. Doing way less than 20 right now because of what's going on. Yeah, you notice I've got a nice big gap between me and the car in front, so whatever they do, I can respond, checking the pedestrian on both sides. Just going through this bit slowly because it's a bit tight here. And then once it's a bit more open, I can carry on now. So this person is waiting there. And then I see a bus ahead of me, but they're moving off. So now I can think about going into third. Got a pedestrian on the scooter, but they are off the road now, so I can just carry on. See, the bus is braking, so I'll come off the gas a little bit, check my mirror. I want to be turning left at the next traffic lights. This is an interesting one because I want to turn left, but the bus is near the bus stop, or near the turn, sorry. So I'll check first for a gap. There is a gap beyond the bus, so I'll signal left. If I wasn't sure about this gap, I would wait behind the bus, but because I saw the gap nice and early, I can go around the bus and then position myself right here into first, because I can see people already starting to move. And then when I turn into this dual carriageway, avoid turning like this and then going into the middle lane. Ideally, you want to be turning into the left lane. And then if I do make a mistake of turning like this, you're not going to get marked down unless you stay here, but check your mirrors and then move back into the left lane properly, and then increase your speed. Right now it's 40 miles per hour, and I can see there's lots of traffic ahead. There's a red light there as well. So because earlier I showed you how to brake the wrong way, this is the correct way. I'm bringing my speed nice and early, bringing it down nice and early, checking my center mirror as well. This bus looks like it's stopping, so I'm just going to go into the middle lane, just planning ahead, because if he's stopping there, there's no point in me being stuck there when everyone else is moving ahead. Yeah, into first, in case everyone starts moving straight away. But if no one's moving, I can just go into neutral, handbrake on. And here, people start getting distracted, looking around over there, and then they miss the traffic moving ahead of them. You want to keep an eye out on the traffic ahead so that when they start moving, you're ready to move as well. So we've got a car turning right, which means that these guys on this side, they might try to go around him. But in that case, luckily he was out of the way quickly enough. Yeah, keeping an eye on that light, checking my center mirror first as I approach it, so that if it does change, I can stop smoothly and safely. So you notice I'm still in the middle lane because I'm going past these people on the left. You can use the middle lane when you're overtaking, or if you've been told to go in the middle lane, then you can be there as well. But if you're not overtaking anybody, you should really be in the left lane. And then now we're coming off the dual carriageway, and we're going to be turning right, third exit, the next roundabout. So because of that, I'm going to stick towards the right of this slip road. I'm going to check my mirror as I'm doing that as well to make sure there's no one that's coming in at the last second. Start braking nice and early. Lots of traffic by the roundabout there, so I'm going to be going into first as I approach it. So mirror, signal right to let everyone know. And then instead of going into second, I'm going to go straight from third to first so that I can move at this sort of pace. Yeah, I'm already checking the right from early to see what kind of flow is coming from that side. And then once these guys have gone, I'll look for my gap. So there's quite a few cars coming from there, but once this car's gone, I see a nice gap. Bring the clutch up, add some gas into second. This kind of roundabout, you want to be in second because it's quite big. You want to be driving around in first gear. So I'm still sticking to the right for now, but once I go past the second exit, I'll signal left now. And these guys have to wait for me on the left there. I'll check my mirror and then move off, come off the roundabout, cancel my signal straight away so people don't think that I'm turning into that little left road there. So we've got, this is not really a slip road, it's more of a junction, it's like a T-junction almost. So I'll put my signal on, checking my mirrors, and then I see a gap there, and then put lots of gas on, and then into third. Yeah. So you want to put lots of gas to build up the speed quickly when you're joining that kind of road. You don't want to be going too slowly. And if you're not sure on those kind of roads, you can actually stop there. The ones that slip roads, ideally you don't want to be stopping there. But if you have a small junction like that, if you can't see properly, or if you're not sure whether it's safe or not, make sure you stop. So I'm not going to accelerate too hard towards these lights because they've been green for some time now. I'll ease off the gas a bit actually. But once I get here, even if they start changing, I'm not going to stop. Yeah, and then now I can go into third. So further down, I want to be in the right lane because this road is going to be going towards the right. So I'll check my mirrors and signal right. See a nice gap there so I can go into the lane. Making sure this guy had gone ahead first before I did that. Actually, no, I want to be in the left. Let's go back to the left actually. I just remembered you can't turn right at the junction over there. You need to go left and then go right to the right. So let me stick to the left for now. So the lights are still green, but by the time I get there, they'll probably be red. So I'm going to prepare for that. So here, you see they're going red. So I'm going to start slowing down. This guy's turning. So then I can go from 2, I can go even just straight from 2 to neutral, handbrake on, and then relax my feet. Because these lights take quite long, but I'm still going to be thinking about when to move, because when those cars stop, it's going to be our turn to move soon. So I'm going to start preparing for that once I see those cars stop. Okay, so see they stopped, and now that our lights are changing. Into first, bring my clutch up smoothly, adding some gas as well. Into second. Yeah, you want to go fast here. I'm not trying to race anyone, but you do want to go quite fast here when you're moving off. But also thinking about the space between you and the car in front. I'm going to be taking the left towards Finchley. It's just after this one, so I'll make sure I go past this first, or as I'm going past it, I'll signal left like here. And then let me go into second, make sure that car moves out the way first. And then now I come off, checking the speed limit as I come off, which is really important because if you don't do that, you're gonna not know what the speed limit on a certain road is. And right there I saw 30. So even though it's 30, I'm doing like 20 right now. It doesn't make sense doing 30 here. It's too narrow. Too many cars parked close by. I'm going to be turning right at the end. So mirror, mirror, and then as I get here, I'll signal right and just gently brake. Can't really see properly on either side, so I'll go into first on the approach, checking both sides, and then it's looking good on this side and that side as well. So this is quite surprising because normally it's really busy here. And then I want to be in the middle lane because I want to go straight. Yeah. And you see these lights, it can be confusing, but if you look at where we're going straight, and R1 is green. We've got the green arrow there, but now it's going into red. So whenever you see these kind of lights where there's lots of different kind of lights, look to see which direction you're going in. So if you're going straight and you've got a green arrow going straight, it means that red light doesn't apply to you. You can actually go through. But just make sure you're looking at the arrows so you don't get confused. Now when you're the first person at the lights, don't wait until the lights go to green to start preparing yourself. I would prepare it a bit earlier, just so that I'm not messing around trying to get the car ready. So now I'm in gear 1, clutch down, handbrake on, and maybe even put my handbrake down actually and keep my brake on. I've got a bus next to me as well, so I'm going to need to think about what lane I'm going to use. There's 2 lanes going straight here. That's really important to understand that as well, because if you start encroaching in this bus's lane, that's going to be an issue. Yeah, so now it's going to green, check my mirror, and then making sure that I'll stick to my side. Mirror checks as well. But I do want to be in the left lane, so I want to turn left soon. So then mirror, mirror, and then I'll signal left again. And check my mirror before I turn. Into first gear here because it's quite a sharp turn. And then I'm done. Okay. So hopefully you found that useful. I'm going to be back on the next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.